But we won't go over the. We won't have our pants pulled down for a striker that we desperately need.
Well, on the striker situation...
Come on, where are we? Advanced or what? Where are we? In gear 3 or 4? Have we gone up a gear?
On the striker front, I was reading this from John Cross. Let me see if I can find it. John Cross of the Mirror. And he claims... Sorry?
Where's Chris Hudson? Wasn't John Cross one of the guys?
Yeah, it was one of the people that he cussed off, yeah. Let me find what he said. He said... Arsenal staying calm and the deals can often take longer periods of time. But he went on to say that Arsenal made huge progress last weekend, and he claims that now all of it, the talks are opening up again after it was rumoured that Sporting had gone quiet on the whole thing. Talks are opening up again, and he's fully expecting this one to get over the line.
Well, let's hope they're in English this time or Portuguese, that's all I'm saying, Obviously, they weren't. They was talking Iraqi or something like that. I mean, because I don't know, what is going on there. What opening up talks like that? Look at the bosh. It's done. You can't argue
know what
it.
It is. They've been talking for a while now.
About what?
No, but I mean, in terms of Gyökeres has said that it's only Arsenal. All you got to do is sort the striker out.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think we'll get Victor Gyökeres?
Yes.
Do you think we'll get him?
Better get Victor Gyökeres.
All right. Do you think we'll get Victor Gyökeres before the transfer before we go on a pre-season tour?
It's hard to say. I'm 50-50 on that.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't know.
Do you think we're getting before?
No. And I want.
Do you know how silly? Do you know what that would show? Even doing that. The club allowing us to go pre-season without the new 9 in place, whoever that was, whether they wanted Sesko 2 weeks ago, yeah. Do you know what that shows? Just that little thing. We're not serious. Because then
listen,
but what I'm saying is, if it is like that, and it's been proven before that we're not serious. Sterling on loan the last day of the window.
Let's get something right here, about and be honest about it. We've gone 5 months in the Premier League season. 5 months, January, February, March, April, May, without a striker.
Knowing
that we needed one, and we didn't go and get one. So are we going to be worried about going to Singapore and Hong Kong without one? If we had Gyökeres in there, he's a dial mover. We got to get players in that are going to improve the 11.
All right, but I just asked you the question. Do you think we'll get Gyökeres in?
I do, but I don't think we're going to get him before.
Do you think we're going to get Gyökeres in?
Full stop. Is that what you're asking?
I'm just asking you the question.
Yes.
But
when? I don't know.
Right. So
it could be this window. It could be next window.
Yeah, I do.
Right.
I do.
So we all think Gyökeres is going to come. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So
we've got to get a forward.
I also think we'll get Eze as well.
I'd love Gyökeres to be here right now, but he's not. But as long as he comes.
Why is other teams getting the business done quickly and we're not?
But every deal's different. Listen, I'm frustrated as well. I'd like to have seen those guys be in from day one. Yeah, but it don't always work like that.
Since January to sort this out, Rob.
It don't always work like that.
Yeah, but with us, it doesn't.
Right? and definitely done with us.
And I think you can see on the Gyökeres deal, right? I think you can see, it's clear to see, actually, right? From Gyökeres' actions, right? Is that one thing was promised on that guy with regards to fee and stuff like that. So if you think about, listen, I don't know for sure. I'm just trying to be a bit of devil's advocate here as well, but I'm trying to put a bit of balance on the thing. If you're Arsenal, if you're Andrea Berta, and you at the start of the window, you're starting to make calculations for your targets, yeah? So you got certain players that you've got in mind that you want to sign. And then you've spoken to Gyökeres' representatives and they say, yeah, we got an agreement. He'll go, right, it's 50 million plus 10 million in add-ons. That's what's been agreed with the club and that. So are you making the calculations and that? You sure? Yeah, no. Just like the Gibbs White people would have spoken to his representatives and he might have said to Tottenham, well, you may not know, but he's actually got a £60 million release clause. Has he? Then they get in and get that done. In the case of Gyökeres now, the club, the sporting director, it's there, it's a big row that's been going on now for weeks, went back on all that and said, no, actually, we're not going to let you go for that. We actually want 100 million euros. That's what he started off at first. Right? They're like, what? Right? Then, it went, they said, all right, we'll take 80 million. So all of a sudden now, that's way over your budget. So you've got to go into negotiations. I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but when you're in need of the player, right?
You just pay whatever you're saying.
It's 4 mil difference apparently, or 5 mil.
No,
difference.
so apparently you don't know for sure,
Yeah,
right?
but it's
Apparently,
widely
who told you
reported.
that?
It's widely the same people that you look at for transfer daily.
Yeah, no, and as I said, when I look at it, like you said, it's been widely reported. Doesn't mean it doesn't mean we're not there in the negotiations.
Regardless, yeah. Even his release clause apparently was 100 million. But
apparently, but they went against that release clause, didn't it?
Yeah, but we're still getting the best striker available. Again,
right. So to me,
sort it out before some other team comes in and decides we'll take him for that price.
Right, but there's nothing wrong with them negotiating, trying to get the best price as long as they get him.
There is when you're going to spend 50, your first bid is 50 for Madueke. I'll tell you that.
Park the Madueke thing for me.
No, I can't park that. You cannot park that. That is the crane in the middle of the fucking car park. How are we spending 50 mil on that guy and then we're talking about 4 mil here, 7 mil there, we might need to sell to do that there. How about you do the proper business first, and if you can get Noni come the end of it for 2025, so be it.
Well, I agree.
Why are we going so full force on it?
That I agree with you.
I'll tell you what's not expected from a Champions League club, right? Lose your centre forward in January, in December when he gets injured, right? And then come January, do nothing about it. That's not a Championship club.
I think they are trying to do something about it.
Oh, are they?
I think they are.
They are now, aren't they? Forget January for a minute.
No, I cannot. There's another crane in the car park now. Apart from the one of the other crane is that we've done nothing. And no, it's not a crane. It's a bulldozer now. I'm putting a bulldozer in there. Put it in there. It's in the car park. We've done nothing in January.
I know.
So,
there's nothing we can do about that now, is it?
Yeah, but there's something we can do about it now.
Make up for it.
Make up for it.
And that's exactly
Not
what
only that, we made a profit last summer. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
So actually, last summer, when you look at it, we made a profit. January, we didn't do anything. Which one's worse? When you're actually trying to go win a title, tell me that. Which club do you see go into a window and do that? Come on. Now, I know Liverpool didn't spend last year.
Liverpool didn't spend a penny
but it
last
was
year.
different circumstances. They've got winners in that side that have been there, done that, and Slot was a breath of fresh air maybe, and it's worked out for them.
All their fans are cussing, let's be real.
They were, but no one fought it, right? That's cool, but that's not the argument. That's a different circumstance, and the reason you look back and why they've won it is because Slot's a top manager, number one, and they've got top players, number two. So 2 years ago, we thought it's just Man City we got to get ahead, forgetting Liverpool. Liverpool have shown that. Now, what we're doing, we're saying third favourites. That's what it is.
Don't just give what... you don't just say, we need a striker here, I'll take it.
Go to Stamford Bridge and do that as well then, Berta.
So
I'm just on about the Gyökeres. I'm on the Gyökeres thing, right? To me, you don't just give them... You don't just say, we need a striker. We're that desperate. So here it is. Here's what you want.
We're not desperate, we're not desperate.
If that's the case, there's no point in bringing someone like Berta because he's known for negotiating. He's known for bringing it.
As it
That's
stands
part
at
of the
the
skill
moment,
of it.
we're an injury away from a Marino up front again. That is what we are.
As it stands.
But we're not desperate.
The season ain't The season ain't starting tomorrow. They've got time to negotiate deals. You've got to be a bit more reasonable in these things.
Having said that, Robbie, you want your players signed so they can take them away on pre-season.
Exactly, and there's still a week to go to that. Let's wait.
How about we flip the super chat round, because that super chat is embarrassing in itself. Put yourself in sporting shoes or a sporting fan's shoes. Are Arsenal a disgrace for not giving us the 70 mil for a striker that scored 100 goals in 2 seasons? We stand firm on that. You could do the same thing. What
but then no, because to me, if you're a negotiator and you know that a player's desperate to come to your club,
and if you're the selling club and you know you've got a striker that is banging,
exactly. So both
it's a cheap deal for that.
Both sides are doing what they should be doing, which is they're trying to get the most they can from their player. Also trying to negotiate the best deal for the player that they know. This is a common thing within football, that when you know a player is desperate to come to your club, you kind of got a bit of power in the deal.
Yeah, he's desperate now.
Panvajic says Cunha's agent finessed the game, made him sign a new contract in January with a release clause to guarantee a summer exit. No gentleman agreement nonsense.
You can have your business hat on, you can have your Cronky in hat on, or whatever you want, right? Every single
It's called a reasonable hat.
Every single Arsenal fan has had to pay extra money,
Including
this season,
me.
including you, for your season ticket, right? And that has gone over the £5 million thing, like, you know what I mean? There's no negotiations for us. Can I do it in instalments? Can I do this and do it that? Like, we just had to pay it. Now they're scrimping and saving over something that Arsenal Football Club need, like, and I cannot get my head around that. I'm sorry, like, you know what I mean? Like, we need a striker. We may even need two. But here we are on the 10th of July, Wimbledon semi-finals about to be played. Like, you know what I mean? Before there'd be a Wimbledon champion before we've got ourselves a striker.
Let me ask you this, right? So let me ask you this. So, what are they saying? Like, what's the fee? 70 million.
For who? Gyökeres?
Is what they wanted at first. Yeah.
The fee is 100 million release clause euros first, so 80 million pounds.
But in recent times they've been saying 70 million is what they want for him, right? So
I think that's even
I'm
euros.
asking you this.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if they get him in before pre-season, right?
Yeah.
For 65 million, is that good business?
I don't give a monkey's chuff if it's good business or not.
that-
Like, I don't care
It's
about
true,
the
Rob.
money.
It's
I don't
actually
care
true.
about what is the difference for that 5 million going to do for me? Like, they've made, you know, they've saved money on a goalkeeper. If you look at it, they was going to go and buy that Garcia for 23 million.
you
They bought
said was- what- and what
is
did
that because we bought in
did
Kepa,
you say
right?
about-
No, hold on a minute. They bought in Kepa for 5 million. Does that mean the burgers are going to go down at the Emirates? No, they're not.
Stop
They're going to
eating
stay the
burgers
same.
then.
And is my season ticket going to go down or up because of it? No.
With a backup goalkeeper, just bring him in,
To me,
shut the hell up
if we
about
have to
it,
make
and
one-
move on. That's
if
it.
we
It's a
have to
backup
make-
goalkeeper.
If we have to wait 1 week and you've saved
1 week? When are you getting this 1 week from? I've been waiting since the 1st of January. I've been waiting since Man United in the FA Cup when Jesus went down injured. That is how long I've been waiting, Rob.
right? And we know that we didn't get no one in January. We was all pissed off about that.
This has
But
been going
I'm
on
saying
for a long
the
time.
summer, right? We all said, make sure you got that guy in before pre-season, right? If he comes before pre-season and
Pre-season started, by the way.
and they, you know what I'm talking about.
No,
I said
no,
pre-season.
no, you just said
Pre-season.
pre-season.
We're on about pre-season. We meant the pre-season tour.
Oh, the tour.
Right? You know what I'm talking about. Shut up.
Have a little boxes moved.
There's
Stop
only 10
trying to-
days left for that as well.
Stop trying to use your brain on this, right? So
10 days,
if they
Robbie,
get
laugh.
if
10 days.
if they get him in before then, right, and they save themselves 5-10 million, that's good business as well.
It's not when you're bringing in Madveke. When are we going to address the crane?
We're gonna get to that.